Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 645, and we are live here on YouTube with some WCW Nitro, of course, coming off the heels of a tremendous thrill ride that was our 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach SPV. What a fantastic day of matches. We had 14 championship matches, and believe it or not, only 5 of those 14 championships changed hands. It was absolutely crazy. Fantastic day, though. We had a great audience in the crowd, and the matches were just, right from match 1 to 14 were absolute fire. It was just such a great day for TWA, so it was a lot of fun. But today, we're going to kick things off and start the road to our 3rd annual Weird Behavior SPV, which is our next big SPV for 2025. And of course, that SPV is going to be a very special one because we're going to be paying homage and dedicating that entire stream preview to our late friend Dedrick, who unfortunately succumbed to his ailments and left us far too soon in life. So we're going to be dedicating a show and paying homage to Dedrick. And of course, during that show, throughout the arena, you'll see pictures of Dedrick, or the man called Drek. Anyways, the wrestler he managed in his tag team, with his tag team, and with, on his own. You're going to see pictures of him with tag team championships and different things throughout the arena. They're going to help pay homage to the late great Dedrick, and of course the man called Drek. So it's going to be a bit of a time for reminiscing. It's going to be bittersweet because Dedrick was a big part of the community. He and I became quite good friends and talked a lot over the past couple of years, not to mention. And there's many people in the community that, of course, knew Dedrick and are still very sad that he is no longer with us. So we're gonna try and have a good time and do a little reminiscing, and hopefully, in some realm, he's looking down, watching the show, and has a smile on his face. We're gonna, of course, dedicate the entire show to hardcore and extreme matches. That is exactly what he would want. We're gonna have underground matches, extreme matches, faction match. I mean, it's gonna be a great time. So that is our next big SPV for 2025, and we're going to kick things off today, coming off the heels of the 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach SPV. WCW Nitro is going to fire things up a little bit. We got 5 championships on the line today, 9 matches in total. We've got a tag team returning, the debut of a new superstar from Team Rocky Cross. Morgan James is in the house. And of course, upon her, she inked a contract just not long ago. The ink is still wet. But she was automatically catapulted into a championship matchup. She has been selected to compete against Melissa Archer for the TWA 1 championship. So that's going to go down today as well. So it's going to be an exciting day of matches. We're going to get things kicked off here in just a few minutes. But before we do that, let's of course welcome Moon Raider to the broadcast booth. He beat Luke to the broadcast booth again, which is kind of nice, Moon, because that means we get to talk. We're not getting cut off every 2 seconds, and you actually get to participate in the conversation, Moon. It's an exciting time. Moon Raider's of course been getting Queen Dust ready. She's going to be re-inking her contract with TWA here shortly. Queen Dust, of course, a multiple-time champion, a Triple Crown champion, which means she's eligible for the Legends division. She's been a Legends champion. When we began Season 6, of course, we vacated all championships. The first time we've done that in many seasons, and Queen Dust was one of the victims of those circumstances. So I won't be surprised if Queen Dust comes back a little fired up and potentially still a little angry about not still toting her Legends Championship around. She never technically lost that well, she did not. It's fact. It is not technical. It is a fact. She did not lose the Legends Championship. So I could see her coming back and demanding or wanting a shot at that championship. And of course, the powers that be would obviously grant her that opportunity. She was a fantastic Legends champion. She's a fantastic superstar and champion in general. So, all right, I'm just opening up my dashboard here now. I have no idea who's in chat at the moment, but I'll know in a moment. Here we go. Mufasa is in the house. I see you, Mufasa. What's going on, my friend? Welcome in. What's new and exciting? There we go. Got my dashboard turned down a little bit there. I still want another world title run, which could happen. That absolutely could happen. I mean, Mufasa's been world champion more than once, so I don't think there's really any stopping that from happening if he wishes to do so. I mean, I wouldn't think. I mean, who's going to stop him? Who is going to stop him? My God, TDL looked fantastic yesterday, didn't they? I mean, TDL has been one of the most exciting tag teams to ink contracts with TWA in a very long time. And they have just... I mean, even Eric Dangerous has held a singles championship. Mufasa, of course, has held multiple singles championships, including a couple of world championships. So, I mean, and tag team champion, they are one of the baddest on the planet when it comes to tag team wrestling. So, it's very, very cool. Byron Cutler. All right, what's your name on Twitch? I hate that sometimes. You know, even Glenola, he will come in under a different name, and he's got a couple of different YouTube names, so he sometimes switches it up on me and tries to confuse me. WWE is getting ready to push the next class of chosen ones: Julia, Naomi, Aleister Black, Oba Femi, and when his TNA contracts ends, Mufasa Ali, and of course now Sami Zayn. I mean, that probably is all going to happen, actually. Yes, we're definitely in a new era, and you're going to see a lot of wrestlers that under the Vince McMahon era would have been suppressed, if you will, held back. They're going to be let loose. It's funny because, not that I was ever a huge fan, but Ricochet actually left at a bad time, I think. He left the company at a bad time because he would probably sooner than later. I mean, he is quite... it's him I don't like. It's him I don't like. He's got it, but he is good in the ring. He can work. He's very solid in there. He's very knowledgeable. He can fly high. He's good technically, you know. AEW fans are really enjoying him. I mean, I don't think he's very good on the microphone, personally, myself. I find him cringe. But maybe that's part of the new gimmick, I don't know. But it wasn't just in AEW I found him cringe on a microphone, so there's that too. But, you love these choices? Yeah. I mean, they're all great choices, absolutely. Mustafa Ali should have never been released. But then again, I think some people were released just simply to go over and help continue to build the TNA roster. You're going to see a lot of wrestlers that get released pop up in TNA and continue, because they've got a long contract together. Their partnership is nowhere near over. It is many years, and from what I understand, you know, things I've read, that partnership could last even longer. You know, they're very happy with the way things are going and the way things have transpired. So it's exciting times for TNA, and if you're a TNA fan and WWE fan in general. But yeah, I always liked Mustafa Ali. I was actually pissed off when they released him, and then he showed up in TNA. And I was like, okay, you know, over there. I think Nick Nemeth will be back too. He'll probably bring his brother at some point. You know, I think he comes back as Nick Nemeth though, not Dolph Ziggler. Maybe, I don't know. What the hell would they call his brother? I don't know. But yeah, so the Gooner is in the chat room. I see you, Gooner. What's going on? What's new and exciting, Gooner? Are you still wearing your Houston Rockets shirt? By the way, how dare you not join Moonrader and I on the broadcast booth yesterday for the 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach stream preview? That was absolutely fucking ghastly. And by the way, because of that, I took all the heat. I got swear jarred more than once. I got banned more than once. Cords cut, the whole 9 yards. Some of those probably would have went to you, but you evaded us. You left us high and dry. You decided that the TWA fandom, the TWA universe, the Archerverse in period was not important during its 5th annual show yesterday. 5 years we've done Bash at the Beach. How dare you, sir? Rocky says, by me. Yeah, you take full credit. I know you do. How dare you, by the way. Absolutely ghastly. Then Glenola showed up and continued the chaos. That was lovely. That was lovely. But anyways, Moonrader. What are you doing? What are you doing over there?
I just made a promo for Queen Dust.
Luke says, how dare you, Archer? Well, how dare you, you fucking British bastard. You didn't show up for the 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach. Ghastly. You and your Houston Rocket shirt were sitting at the shrine of Mickey, mutilating yourself underneath posters. And I say posters because his entire He doesn't have wallpaper or paint on his walls or ceiling. He's got Mickey James posters everywhere. Posters and postcards. You name it, he's got it. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And then, of course, pieces of wardrobe that he's purchased from Amazon and eBay, like the panties, the Mickey James panties that he purchased on eBay for $579.87. Craziness, by the way. Who spends that kind of money? You don't even know for sure. I mean, do you? I don't know. You've never told us for sure. Did you have DNA testing done? How do we know those are actually Mickey's? I mean, they could have been your neighbors, for all you know. You know, she would just put them up there and threw Mickey. She knows you love Mickey James. She did that. She scammed your ass, I bet. She fucking scammed you. They're not even Mickey's. They're your neighbors. They are your neighbors' panties. Rocky says, I swear jar you and yeah, you did. You swear jarred me twice. Twice. Don't downplay shit. You did that shit twice. How dare you? And Bammy. And then you went on Mrs. Cross's phone, by the way. You went on Mrs. Cross's phone and cut my cords over there. Right? And then Glenola showed up and the villainy just became chaotic. But to be fair, Rocky, to be fair to you, I still blame Luke, because if Luke would have been here like he was supposed to be here, like Moonrader was here, you know, Moonrader showed up for the 5th annual show, you know, as did everybody else, right? Everybody else showed up too, just, you know, Luke was late to the show, number one. Number two, he only showed up in chat room. He didn't join us on the broadcast booth. It's disgusting. But if he had have been on the broadcast booth, it would have alleviated just a little bit of that heat, because you probably would have banned him at least once or twice. Cut his cords, whatever. So to be fair, Rocky Cross, I do blame somewhat. I somewhat blame the Gooner. How dare you, Gooner? Tell you like it is, Luke. Fuck you. How dare you? How dare... And I mean, Moon. Moon was so tired by the end of the show yesterday because he had to do more talking. You know, especially when I was banned, he had to address the, you know, he actually speaks to the TWA Fam Jam, you know, not like you just sat in the chat room, riding the pine. Poor Moonrader was doing all the hosting. He was supposed to be getting Queen Dust signed to a contract, inked to a contract for her return. Was he able to do that? No, because he had to, you know, be here to, well, basically babysit me because I kept getting banned. Well, I didn't say babysit me, but I mean, you know, he had to be here to cover my ass. He had to be here to cover my ass. But anyways, while we're talking and discussing whatever the hell we're going to talk, tell me, Fam Jam, what do you want to talk about? In the meantime, we're going to get the show on the go. WCW Nitro. 9 matches, 5 championship matches. We're beginning the road to the 3rd annual TWA Weird Behavior stream preview. Again, we're going to be dedicating and paying homage to the late, great Dedrick and the man called Drek. So that's going to be a great time. We're reminiscing and it'll be bittersweet because a lot of people in the Fam Jam knew Drek and, of course, knew Dedrick. And, you know, so it's going to be a great time, but a little bit of a sad time as well, as we pay homage and dedicate the entire show to him. And again, there's going to be memorabilia throughout the arena of Dedrick. Well, not Dedrick himself. You know, he was just the manager, but of the man called Drek and his tag team and his championship. So it's going to be a good time. But we're beginning the road to that day. Of course, we're coming off the heels of a fantastic stream preview yesterday again. You know, the one Luke missed, guys. The one Luke missed. The 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach stream. 5 years in a row we run the show, but did Luke show up? No. Nope, he did not. Nope. Told, you know what, he was going to be there. He told, Moonrader thought he was going to be. Matter of fact, Moonrader ran to the fucking arena. We had to fix doors. He like slammed himself through those doors to get to the broadcast booth before Luke, so that he could actually, you know, talk to the Fam Jam and talk to me before Luke started interrupting us and belching and, you know, all the stuff he does. But it was all for nothing, you know. He was so out of breath he almost needed CPR, but, you know, Luke didn't show up. He did not care about that at all. So, poor Moonrader. Moonrader was put through the ringer yesterday, all because of Luke. But anyways, let's get the show on the go. WCW Nitro. And we got some great tag team matches today. We got the debut of Morgan James from Team Rocky Cross. We also have the re-debut of the new Shield. They're going to be kicking things off today with our tone setter of the day. It's going to be a good time. You don't want to miss a single solitary second of the action, so let's kick things off right now, shall we? Get the show on the go, get things turning and burning. First match of the show, It is the new Shield taking on the LWOs, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Let's get things rocking and rolling. We also have the debut, first time ever, representing the Occult in Team Variants of Strife, Ladders. We're finally going to get to meet the infamous, and for many, for a long time, we thought mythical. We'd never seen him. We've heard rumors of him being on the indie circuit and winning championships and other promotions, but we've never seen it. There's no footage. I don't know. He's like John Cena, I guess. You can't see him. Even though, again, I haven't seen him yet. I was not involved in the inking of the contract for that process. I don't know who, I have no idea, but apparently what I'm told is this man is larger than life. He's very big. Very, very large. So this is going to be very interesting. And of course, he's affiliated with the Occult. Chairs, Humboldt the Arcade, and Stephanie Vaquera. So it's going to be very interesting going forward to see what happens. Now that Ladders has finally, after many years of discussing Ladders and who he was and where he came from and how he's affiliated with Chairs and Humboldt's to begin with, we're going to get to meet him today as he makes his debut as well. So very exciting times. But here we go. It is the new Shield taking on the LWO. Let's go. LWO. I wonder how much longer Rey Mysterio has left in the gas tank. What do you think, Moon? Do you think Rey Mysterio's still around for a few years, or do you think his time's winding down? Luke has to be punished. You're right, he does have to be punished. I agree. They're your granny panties. Oh my god. I just finished drawing and coloring in old Rocky Cross. I mean, what are you, creating a poster for your team? Why are you drawing Rocky Cross? Are you an artiste? Are you making caricature sketches or perhaps a portrait of your team? I don't, that was kind of random, but now I'm curious. Why are you drawing shit? Well, not why are you drawing shit, why are you drawing people, or person in this case? You said Rocky Cross. The new Shield. Ready for action. Of course, everybody remembers the new Shield. They had a huge rivalry with the Authority. They've gone against TDL in the past. In recent times, you've seen the promos, they've had beef with everybody, including Death Sentence. So you got Death Sentence that wants to beat their asses. You've got the Authority that wants to beat their asses. The Coalition wants to beat everybody's asses right now because they just lost their tag team championships yesterday, so they're not happy. They are very upset. Archer, of course, defended his championship yesterday. He was the only member of the Coalition that was successful obviously in their championship defense.
There is a whole lot of fight in this team, and they won't ever.
Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, the LWO, ready for action.
For the LWO,
it's going to be a very interesting matchup.
Less than their best is not an option. That's not how you represent.
I mean, I'm not suggesting anything, but historically speaking, I always found the new Shield, for whatever reason, always had problem with smaller guys. So it's very interesting that they accepted a challenge from the LWO. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee want to welcome back the new Shield. I bet you the Authority does too, though. Joe Davis and Jojo Davis, they can't wait to get their hands on the new Shield. As can Death Sentence. I mean, Death Sentence, because I mean, the new Shield was beacon off to Rocky Cross and Mad Dog. Craziness, by the way.
Coming together for a common goal. They want to represent the Latino culture. Want to represent the legacy in this.
Enters looks familiar. The old TDL.
Teammates, and that's what they want everyone to know. Yeah, looking around at the crowd, at all the fans.
I was bored, and Tessa challenged me to draw my character. Oh, interesting.
This could be a night of
into the songs.
at its finest.
So you guys, are you guys both artists? Is that, or not necessarily artists, but just very good at drawing? I don't know. I guess that still makes you an artist, though, doesn't it? I would think. I guess you don't have to be paid to consider yourself an artist. Hell, probably most artists don't make any money to begin with, you know?
Leaning on the turnbuckle here.
Probably most artists don't make a whole lot of money. At least I wouldn't think. I don't know. Maybe they do.
From the second rope.
Maybe they do. What do you think, Moon? Do you think? I mean, it's got to be a tough field to be in, being an artist, wouldn't you think? Like, how does one make money as an artist these days? I don't know.
With authority. Standing shooting star press.
I don't know.
Like that is what can set you apart from the rest of the locker room.
I'm trying to figure out which. I think that is Bishop in the ring right now. His partner in crime. I mean, they were formerly known as, I believe, Psycho Dragon. And I actually forget what Bishop's gimmick used to be. I forget what he used to call himself. But anyways, now going under their real names, and of course in Season 5, renamed themselves the New Shield. Came back with a new look, new entrance, new attitude for that matter. Automatically started going to war with the Authority.
Definitely some damage dealt to him there. Into a mat slam.
Man, he's manhandling Rey Mysterio right now. Some artist does art for making comic book cover or poster.
Rey just can't stop this attack.
You both got an A in art, nice. Now, did you guys take anything in college or university in the art subject, or?
They finish each other's sentences. They finish each other's moves.
I don't know. Like, is there a special school or a special class that? I know there's art in, say, like high school. I just don't know, and public school for that matter. But I mean, I don't know beyond that. Is there a? God, what would you in most subjects it'd be considered a higher educational class, but I mean in your case I guess it'd be a higher, I don't know, league of talent, or I don't know. How does that work for artists? You only draw concepts of attires? Oh, you can draw concepts of attires? Very cool. I'd like to see some of your work, Mufasa. That's awesome.
Oh, he flips that around.
You see what I mean by we have very talented people in our community? You know, because these aren't the only two people that are artists in our community. We have people that are novelists and write books. They do stage plays. We've got doctors and police officers, security guards, you name it. A lot of very interesting people. A lot of awesome people. That's why I always say we're very lucky to have the community we have. Rey Mysterio doing his thing. Oh, nice reversal by Bishop. I believe Demon King is now going by David.
Seems like a good idea right about now.
I think.
It's the barrage of strikes.
David P. King, I think. But I forget what Bishop's last name is. I mean, they just came back. What do I know? There's a couple of different superstars and teams. I wasn't involved in the re-inking of the contract process, so I didn't. And people quite often change their goddamn names, like Luke buys underwear off of eBay. Are you any good with art, Moon? Are you any good with art? Like, can you draw things?
Not very. I'm not very. It depends if I look at a picture or something, and then I do it that way.
I can't, like, I couldn't draw a portrait of somebody, but I mean, I could probably, I'm pretty good with, like, you know, cartoon sketches and stuff like that, simple things. Drawing vehicles. There's things I can do, and then there's other things that I should never do. I never got good enough to try to draw, you know, an actual portrait of somebody. That's for sure. Rocky says, I did take art in uni, and I became an art teacher for about 4 years, then became a youth club artist. Oh, nice. So you taught, so now were you, what grade level were you teaching? That's amazing, Rocky. That's very, I like that. That's very interesting. Now we have a teacher in the Fam Jam. Oh, we might have more, actually. I don't know. These days, people change jobs all the time. You gotta go where the money is, you know? Sometimes you go to college or university for a specific field, and by the time you're done your course, you come out, the field you were trying to get into is like stuffed. It's like overcrowded with people, and the rate of pay changes from what it used to be. That happened to me, actually, when I got done college. The field I was in just got saturated with people, and because there were so many, what your base pay was to start just dropped significantly. But yeah, so what grade level were you teaching? You got past level 4 art? It was a nightmare. I don't doubt that. But what grade did you teach? But yeah, Mufasa, I'd love to see some, I don't know if you have any concepts already drawn up that you could show us. I'm assuming it was you making your own logos and stuff as well. They're cool. So, I mean, if that's any... I mean, I don't know if you did Eric Dangerous logo as well, but the Mufasa logo is very cool. Very cool. But yeah, I would love to, if you could post some on the Discord and show people. Matter of fact, I could always create an art section when people want to share their drawings or paintings or what have you, concept art, whatever you're doing, you could post it in there. Maybe I could do that after the show.
It's the barrage of strikes. What a combination. Counters to gain the advantage. And Rey Mysterio connected.
Oh, teacher for grade 6, okay. Wait.
Tag it in.
Grade 6, or is that like a year 6? Like, is that a...
Oh, man,
you said something about level 4. Is that like a different level? Level 6 in college or uni? Or do you mean grade 6?
Place him in the corner here. Peerless position for him to be in here.
You must be from the UK. Because if it is grade, because most people say grade. But I notice people from the UK... and Europe in general, actually, not just the UK, but over in Europe as well. They refer to grades as years. Kind of like they did even in, say, like, Harry Potter. Hogwarts, they had different years. They did have different grades. Is Bishop going to tag in David King or what? I mean, I haven't been paying total attention because I've been watching the chat room, but I don't think... Has he even been in the ring yet? Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. They're setting Dragon Lee up here. Oh, fuck me. That had to hurt. There goes his rib cage. Wow, 1 count only. Rey Mysterio out of nowhere flies across the ring there. You're from the UK? Yeah, I kind of thought so. Not just because of that, but I thought... I was pretty sure you were. 60-some%, actually, of people that watched my show yesterday came from the UK, Britain, and Denmark. I was fascinated by that.
Able to slip away.
I seem to have more fans there than I do over here in North America. Very interesting. But I mean, Europe and the UK is a lot like Canada. Well, actually, we're more, I guess we're a lot like them, not vice versa, but always been passionate fans of pro wrestling, so I guess that doesn't surprise me a whole lot. Man, this is a great match.
Had the wherewithal to counter Dragon.
A fantastic return so far for the new Shield.
Kind of hard to tell with the mask, but
from Team Leo the King and Titan G. What the hell is David King doing? It's like he's... Oh, he finally hit him. It's like he was hesitating. He wasn't sure if he wanted to hit him or not. I mean, I know they've got a new attitude and a new look, but don't tell me they're getting softer. They can't... I mean, if they're going to go up against people like the Death Sentence and the Authority, you cannot be going soft. They will eat you alive. Tessa was born in the USA. Sorry about that. But moved to the UK after the plane attack in 2001. That was crazy. I mean, I'm not going to get into that because I have my own theories of what actually happened. And some people either agree or don't agree, but it's not something... it's not important anyways. I mean, it's 24 years ago now. Almost 25 years ago. And, you know, it's... I don't think we'll ever actually know. Well, maybe someday. I'm thinking 50, 60, 100 years, we'll know exactly what happened with 9/11. But until then, everybody's left discussing, you know, whether or not it was an internal job or a combination of internal and external, or just external.
We've got a tag.
But yeah, there's definitely many theories. 9/11, I'm talking about, of course. That's what we're discussing.
Got him in the corner now.
That's what we are discussing.
Instead, a kick to the gut. Shut the door. This could be over.
Yeah, so Rocky, I don't have Stream Elements completely set up here on YouTube because it wasn't playing nice with Stream Elements, so I got to adjust some stuff and figure out. Like, I think some stuff works. Like, hold on.
Chop and now continuing the attack on the knee. Straight to the knee. Oh, clothesline. He's headed to the top now. Look at this.
Let's see if I can...
Look out. From ring post to ring side. Risking it all paid off. Boom.
I'm trying to see if I can get a command to work.
Back into the ring. Delivers the cross body. Heading for the top rope, looking for something big here. The target's been acquired.
By the way, I like the name Rocky Blazing Star.
Beautiful. Right into the cover. There's two.
I feel like you should have an outlaw cowboy in your faction. Maybe not name him Rocky, but something Blazing Star would be cool. I like the name. I'm just throwing that out there. Don't you like that name, Moon? Blazing Star? Just sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like it.
Yeah.
Shoulders down.
All right, let's see if this works. How do you... I'm trying to think, how do you tag somebody on YouTube? Is it the same as Twitch? You use the @ symbol, or is it something else? I forget it. I used to know, but it's been, like, we've only done so many shows live on YouTube.
From the opposition.
We were doing it regularly because we did, like, back when we had YT Academy, we did like 39 episodes. But then the WWE and all of its subsidiaries started monetizing my videos and made it, like, impossible for me to even make money off of what we do. I hate all the claim shit, like all the copyright claim shit. Like, they gotta work that shit out. They give us the games to utilize. Don't tell me for 1 second they don't know we're gonna stream the games. You know, if that's the case, then start getting music that we can use. Start using music that is not copyrighted and that we can use, because it's so fucking stupid. Holy shit, that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the match, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. The LWO have derailed the re-debut of the new Shield. Oh, man, Death Sentence and the New Authority. Well, not the New Authority. They are the Authority. The New Shield. They're never going to let the New Shield live this one down. Because there was a lot of hesitation. Like, I don't know what was going on with the New Shield, but you saw moments where they should have easily defeated LWO. But it's like they weren't sure if they wanted to continue to beat them down, if they want... It was weird. It was weird. But as it is, they paid the price because Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee pick up the big W. And, yeah, they're going to be the laughing stock amongst the Death Sentence and the Authority in that rivalry.
Quite a surprise for the LWO to beat them to the fourth out of the New Shield.
It's crazy, right? It is crazy. Crazy. And Rey Mysterio picks up the W. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but do you think Rey Mysterio still got time left in his gas tank, or do you think he's pretty much winding down?
I think he's got more.
You think he's got a few? I'm hoping he's got at least 5 years, because I actually think he looks better in the last couple of years than he has in many years. Because I know he had a lot of different issues and stuff he had to take care of, ailments and stuff for a long time there. He was, he had operations and other such things. So, but he seems to be, he looks really good in there these days. I'm not saying to sit here and say he looks like the Rey Mysterio of old or anything, but he looks really good. He looks really good. And as long as he can do that, I really enjoy watching Rey Mysterio. I always have. Greatest luchador of all time, in my opinion. I'm sure some people, maybe from Mexico, might have other people they would put in a higher elite level than Rey Mysterio. But for me personally, and I've always been pretty good at following Lucha Libre. So I know a lot of the great superstars of old, and some of the new ones I don't know. I think AAA got kind of... it was a big deal them getting picked up by WWE, but I think AAA got kind of stale for a while, as did CMLL, and there was just some, I don't know. But Rey Mysterio to me is the greatest luchador of all time. Great Day of Wrestling was playing a few games with Adam. Should be, I think. What should be where? I was literally, actually, for once, looking at the screens, so I don't really know what you're... See, Luke, if you were on the broadcast booth, we would know what the fuck you're talking about. Are you into your mom's secret sauce? What should be, you think? Death sentence posted a promo. Oh no, it's already started. I knew it was going to happen. As soon as Boss Apollo finds out, guaranteed the Authority is going to be doing the same thing. That rivalry between those three teams, man, it's gonna be brutal. Brutal. All right, here we go. We're going to move on to the next match of the day. And here we go. It is the debut of Ladders from the Occult special guest referee matchup. This is kind of... I don't know about this. This seems like a coup in the works, if you ask me. Humboldt's the Arcane is the special guest referee. Are you kidding me? And Stephanie Vicaire coming out. Oh, so is Chairs. It's a family affair today. Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell. He thinks Buff is the stuff, and he saw a lot. He's been in there with the Giant and, so many big men. Sid Justice. Of course, he was Sid Vicious at one point as well. So, he thinks he can take on anybody. He, of course, immediately decided he was going to challenge the newcomer Ladders. You haven't even met him. I don't even know if he's ever seen him wrestle or ever met him at a convention, anything. Buff Bagwell's crazy, but he has challenged Ladders. Ladders has very graciously and quickly, by the way, accepted that matchup. But I don't know, man. That don't look good for Buff Bagwell. The entire Occult is... and not just the entire Occult going to be down there. Humboldt's the Arcane is the fucking special guest referee. That's crazy. That right there is crazy stuff going on. I smell it. What, Moon? Do you see this shit? Humboldt's is the special guest referee. That's crazy. That is crazy. Well, that is our next match of the day. Let's get the show back on the go and turn and burn with our second match of the day. The debut of Ladders, representing the Occult and Team Variance of Strife, taking on Buff the Stuff Bagwell. Let's rock and roll. Here we go. And that was a great tag team match. Great way to open the show. What a tone setter that was. And again, the New Shield was their own worst enemy there. There's a couple times they could have beat the LWO, and for whatever reason they chose not to. David King was having troubles deciding whether or not to finish off moves on Raymond. It's like they were afraid to hurt them, and they paid the price for it. That's what it's like. I think they were afraid to hurt them. Multiple-time champion and world champion. One of the longest reigning TWA world champions, actually. Potentially the longest, maybe. I'll have to check that out. He might actually be the longest, the person that held the TWA world championship the longest, Humboldt's the Arcane. But he's our special guest referee. And Moon, see what I'm talking about? Like, he's not even wearing a referee shirt, man. This is not right. I mean, not that I'm, you know, I'm not suggesting that, you know, somebody needs to get out there and protect Buff Bagwell, or, you know, I don't have an allegiance to anybody or anything like that, but I mean, this is, I mean, not only is he the special guest referee, not only is Chairs and Stephanie Vaquer coming out, I mean, Humboldt's looks like he's dressed to murder somebody. Like, what? What is going on? By the way, I owned Stone Cold for 30 days. I mean, nobody owns Stone Cold. Nobody owns Stone Cold. I mean, what are you suggesting? You managed him for a while? I think I knew that, actually. But yeah, we're not buying that shit. You did not own Stone Cold. I'm surprised he listened to you at all. Moon, you hear that shit? Rocky's trying to get me to believe he owned Stone Cold. What do you think about that? What the fuck? Did Moon pull a Luke Lagooner on me here? Where'd he go?
We are about to see something good.
I don't see him anywhere. Did somebody, like, kidnap Moonrader? What the fuck? Luke isn't here. Moonrader's missing. Oh, somebody check Luke's locker room. Somebody go check Luke Ballmer's locker room. We have a missing broadcaster here. That's disturbing. Yeah, you were managing Stone Cold for a while, yeah. Yeah, I knew that. I just thought it was funny you said you owned him. I was like, yeah, no, you're lucky he listened to you at all.
With this level of talent showing their skills, this is why I do what I do.
What in the blue hell? Look at the size of that dude. This is ladders? No wonder they call him fucking ladders. He's the size of a ladder. Although, to be fair, Chairs does not look like a chair. He does not. He likes chairs, though. He really does like chairs. Do not go up against Chairs in a TLC matchup. You will regret that decision. But look at the size of that son of a bitch. He's got a mask and everything. Like, is he a luchador? I'm so confused right now. Our reigning defending TWA television champion after yesterday's 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach. Stephanie Vaquer defended her championship. That was a great matchup, too. That was a great matchup. I believe, I could be wrong, but I think it was Variance of Strife, which makes sense. He's managing the team. But Moonrader, I think also, or maybe it was Mufasa, I don't know. Somebody also, along with...
Hey, you motherfucker, I'm
hey, Luke the Gooner's on the broadcast. So you didn't come for the 5th annual show, but you showed up for the post show. How dare you? Here comes Buff Bagwell. It's going to be very interesting to see what the hell Buff Bagwell...
It's to the point where it's like sticking sweat, so like it's kind of like... It's 28 degrees earlier on, man.
Yeah, it's like over 30 here. 28, that's hot for your area, though.
Oh, wow. Fucking Corango just scored. And into the hand to make it 2-0, man. I thought they were going to have a chance to win in this match, like, against Inter Milan. Inter Milan are the greatest team.
Are you watching that right now?
Yeah.
What's the score?
2-0 now.
2-0? Nice.
Yeah. I thought... Just like, see these South American teams, they're fucking run, they have so much energy, and like, I thought they would beat, I thought they would have a good chance. Inter Milan are not the best team, like, PSG smashed them 4-0 in the Champions League final. They're like...
Ladders reminds you of Dragon Ball Z? I don't know. I don't remember anybody from Dragon Ball Z being that big. He is huge. Look at the size of that dude.
I think the goal's getting disallowed, so I think it's going back to 1-0. I think.
What the hell?
Special guest referees have to be licensed to perform.
I think it was offside.
Just gonna throw this out there, but did anybody notice that Ladders has shrunk? He came out looking huge. He gets in the ring and he's smaller than Buff Bagwell. What the fuck? I'm so confused right now. I am so confused.
It didn't count. It's back to 1-0. Didn't count.
Oh, it didn't count. 1-0. Still though. Still up 1-0.
Yeah.
Man, 2K does some...
Milan haven't looked very good since I've turned the TV up.
2K does some fucked up things. Ladders shrunk after he got in the ring. Like, he looks like a normal-sized character. I know for a fact that dude is like 7 feet tall.
Devastating elbow.
That is weird.
To be fair, that was actually offside. It's the correct decision.
An non-stop flurry of offense from him.
Holy shit. Moonsault off the top rope by Ladders, who looks more like a stepping stool right now. I'm so confused. Why would that even happen? I've never seen that happen before. Has anybody else ever seen that happen before? Yo, Strife! Yeah, you got here just in time, but something weird going on with Ladders, though, is the problem. I mean, when he came out, you saw how big he was. He was towering over Vicaire and Chairs, but now he's in the ring and he looks smaller than Bagwell and Humboldt's. That's fucked up. 2K being 2K, go figure. The dude is 7 feet tall. Like over 300 pounds, and he for some reason looks like, I don't know, barely bigger than, I don't know, Dragon Lee. That is super strange.
Dishing out a suplex.
He's heading to the outside. Better watch for the referee's count.
Father puts much oomph into the spell. I mean, yeah, that's crazy that you have some sort of spell that
keeps getting worked on.
I mean, apparently Ladders
He knew just what to do.
looks a little different without the mask on.
Solid punch. Looks like that really got him there.
I just played a couple of matches. Online matches of 2K. Adam before I joined the broadcast booth.
What were you playing?
We're playing 2K.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get tired of all the ridiculous things that happen with 2K, though. Like, I gotta tell you, this is the first time I've ever seen a wrestler shrunk, though. Wow. Ladders loses by countout to Buff. I mean, did Humboldt's put a spell on Ladders? Is that what's going on here? Did Humboldt's I mean, this is his debut. I thought there was a coup going on there. I thought they were all going to pounce on Buff Bagwell, and what we got was a mini Ladders. We got a stepping stool instead of Ladders. And Humboldt's had no problem counting it.
Are we using a custom made Nitro right now?
Yeah.
Well, that you bet.
Well, you can't use the one that WWE and everybody used. That's just boring.
Oh, you gotta make it raw.
So Buff Bagwell, ladies and gentlemen, picks up the big W over the debuting Ladders, or stepping stool in this case. I don't understand what happened there. That is crazy. That is crazy. Well, on the mask, he may have wanted a bit of revenge for how Ladders... Oh, that could be. So you're telling me he shrunk him? He shrunk Ladders? That is rude. I mean, I was expecting a monstrous debut here. But I'm telling you, go back and watch it. He comes out looking huge. As soon as he gets in the ring, he's smaller than Buff.
You better be booking Mickey James, or I stab you in the back.
Mickey James what?
If you better be booking Mickey James, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, Mickey James isn't booked today, but Country Dominance, however, is going to be making their re-debut on on TWA Underground. All right, here we go. Next match of the day, it is Ego's Paradise. Selena Price and Callie Carter taking on the Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan in 2-on-2 action. That's our next match of the day. Let's keep the show on the go. Been a very interesting day. So, I mean, the tone setter was fantastic. What a great way to start the show. But then Humboldt's messing with everybody. We expected a monstrous debut from the notorious, if you will, Ladders. But apparently Humboldt's decided to shrink Ladders and allowed him to get thrown around by Buff Bagwell and then counted out in his re-debut. That is crazy. That is crazy. What else is going to happen today? What else is going to happen? Ego's Paradise versus Judgment Day next. I got to tell you, we're already on our third match. How long? How do you? It doesn't show me how long I've been live on here, so I don't even know.
I hate the sticky sweat feeling.
Yeah, I don't like humidity either. It sucks because it sticks to you and it makes you hotter.
Yeah, just in the
humidity in the air sticks to the sweat on your body.
I do like it when it's like nice weather and it's like sticky sweat feeling.
There's going to be a fight later in the locker room. I don't doubt that. Ladders cannot be fucking happy about being shrunk. I mean, Humboldt's pulled a fucking Beetlejuice on him. He pulled a fucking Beetlejuice. He didn't just shrink his head, though. He shrunk his entire fucking body. That was insanity. I'm still confused at how something like that can actually... Humboldt's... The entire occult, they're very scary people, I gotta tell you. Scary people. More than what he was supposed to when he first put the mask on, lost a couple of inches. That was almost a whole... No kidding. Almost a foot off of his true height. No kidding. That was insane. Humboldt's is a bad, bad man. And Ladders cannot be happy about that. He cannot be happy about that. Selena Price and Callie Carter. Callie Carter, of course, the TWA Underground Pure Submission Champion. Or wait, is she the Underground Champion? She might be the Underground Champion. Let's find out. Yeah, she's the Underground Women's Champion, sorry. For some reason I thought she won the Pure Submission Championship. She's actually the TWA Underground Women's Champion. Here comes Liv and Raquel.
And their opponents, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
They look focused and ready to murder somebody.
Some of the most intense competitors in all of WWE about to take part in one of the most anticipated matches.
Like the football pitch at the moment.
You said what?
Ball kick it off.
Wait, say that again?
What's that?
That's what I said. What'd you say? How dare you,
there's a big fight in the football pitch.
Oh, is there? Nice.
Yeah.
I love when scraps break out. They're talking about banning fights in hockey over here.
It's absolutely nothing compared to a hockey fight, though.
They're talking about banning fighting in hockey over here. That's crazy, huh?
Fuck that, man. It's part of their fucking sport.
It is. It's been a long time part of the sport.
I like that they actually let him actually just scrap it out. I mean, when it gets really serious, to step in anyway and don't the fucking break it up.
Yeah.
Might as well do that. Two guys settle the differences because,
to me, if you take fights out of the game, though, I mean, fighting can relieve tension on a team. It's not just about. It's not just about the two people fighting. It can literally, like, when there's tension between two teams, sometimes a good brawl, a good fight gets rid of that tension.
Especially when the rival teams the fucking fight a lot.
Yeah, to me, that would ruin the game a little bit. It would ruin the game a little bit. All right, I have to use the facilities and grab myself a beverage, Luke, so I'll be right back. Keep your eye on the chat, though.
Yeah.
Rocky Cross is in there, and you know we can't trust him, right? So, I mean... You never know what he's going to do, say, or be up to.
Shatter Machine! Teamwork making the dream work. Right.
Speaking of Rocky, Death Sentence says, Luke, are you missing a woman?
Oh, man.
We have kidnapped Mickie James and hidden her in the haunted shed of Death Sentence. Apparently they've decided they're going to kidnap Mickie James, Luke. I don't know.
What happened there? Did you think about that?
That is ghastly.
How
That is
dare you?
ghastly. I mean, now Rocky Cross is kidnapping people. Next, we're going to find out he's, sex trafficking Mickie. But anyways, I'll be right back.
Into man. TWA.
Opponent off the ropes. Double big back body drop. Those two are in such a guillotine applied.
Are we back? Are we back a minute? Because I need a toilet as well. I need the bathroom. Yeah.
Able to shrug off her opponent.
Beautiful elbows.
And a spinning back kick, too. Snatched up from the canvas into a spine buster. A little back trample there, and okay. I respect those moves. Getting out of harm's way. Hair pull mat slam.
Oh, step up enziguri. There's the tag.
Ooh. Ooh, well measured.
The arm absorbing the damage. She's facing some real pushback here.
Yeah, Rodriguez saw the opportunity and didn't hesitate. Tossing their opponent like they're nothing.
Not the prettiest thing you'll ever see, but it sure looks effective from here.
Finally getting that started.
She reverses and creates an opportunity.
Big time spine buster. Could lead to a big time win.
Just look at Rodriguez taking control here.
Raquel is firmly in the driver's seat.
Carried in a jeopardizing position here.
Hurled away. Cover. Does she have it?
She overcomes the pinfall attempt.
Keeping a loss at bay for now.
Telegraphed that one and delivers a blow to the gut.
Tag.
So Selena Price and Selena Price tagged in.
A little showboating from Rodriguez.
Gets put into the barricade. She escapes the attack. Ooh, amazing agility. Some might call that showing off, but what a display. What a way to flaunt your abilities.
Are you back? Are you back, Archer?
Throws her back in from ringside.
If she's not careful, that's it. She'll be counted out. Oh, yeah. She is really getting fired up. Another
Oh, really? Did it? Gonna get... Oh, okay. Which is...
What is it about?
Anna.
She powers out immediately there.
She's not going quietly into the good night here, making things very interesting. And she's set right into that corner.
I thought this match was going to end in a count or something.
Yeah, I think so. How else that fair? Yeah, that's why I do straight out of man.
I don't care how much padding the floor seems.
That's what New Japan does, I think. Goes into do their count up to 20.
Alright, I have returned. What have I missed? Match is still going. Anybody misbehaving in chat?
On the mark.
How dare you misbehave and...
Dumped face first.
How's the, you live in London, don't you, Reda?
Oh no, I'm from, well yeah, I'm from the capital. I don't live over there.
The damage is starting to...
And where do you live, Luke?
30, isn't it? It's probably about 30 degrees there, Smokes.
Yes, currently, I don't know if it's actually 80 right now, because my PC doesn't update, or it does, so some of the time.
Out of curiosity, how close do you guys live to one another? Are you guys far apart where you are? Or?
London. I'm from the north, and he's from the south. He's from London. That's all the way at the bottom of the country. That.
So how far is that roughly?
I live in. There's a team in League 2 that finished in EFL League 2. My local team is a team from League 2, and they finished in.
But how many hours away would you say you are from, like, say, where Luke is?
Wasting no time. Shoulders are down.
Like, is it a far distance, or is it somewhere you could travel in a couple of hours?
About 3 hours, isn't it?
3 hours.
3 hours?
3 hours, maybe 2.5 hours if you go by train.
And that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the match. Ego's Paradise from Team Ace Hunter. Callie Carter and Selena Price pick up a big W over Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So congratulations.
If I want to go to an Arsenal game, a home game, it would take me 3 hours to get to London by probably car, which I've done it before. So we've done it before. I've done it with my dad. We went to Arsenal.
Nice.
And it took us about 3 hours by car. Probably 2.5 hours on a train, so you're talking about roughly between 2.5 hours and 3 hours for me to get from the top of the country all the way to the bottom, basically.
Strife says you're like a half a state apart. He's, of course, going off of how... Yeah.
The thing is, though, to do that, and to go... That's what it takes me to go to a home game, an Arsenal home game. So that's like an away game for me.
Rocky says he's in the northeast. How close is that to you guys?
That's why I live, northeast.
Oh, so you're close to Rocky.
I live in a
So like you and Rocky.
I only live an hour away from Newcastle.
So you and Rocky could.
Not long.
So you and Rocky could meet up for coffee.
Could do.
You could get together and run a wrestling show together. That'd be fun. Rocky says it took him 7 hours to get to London in a car.
Damn, 7 hours.
Would do, depended, well.
Yeah,
I used to get there, to be honest. Got the traffic and that and stuff like that.
Stripe says...
where I live like this, I live 2 minutes. It depends on even if it's walking, but it takes seconds to get to the football stadium. There's a team from League 2 that finished 17th place last season in the 24-25 season. And that's where I live from, that stadium. Just minutes away from that stadium.
So Strife says Misery takes about 3 hours to drive across, and that's on the interstate highway. So that's about... He's kind of like... judging the distance, how long it would take him to go from A to B as it would for you. Gives you an idea.
Because I've done it twice. I've done it twice to watch Arsenal. 2 hour fucking distance. Like 3 hours distance. 3 hours and 4 hours it took me to get to Arsenal.
So how many times have you seen Arsenal live?
3 times.
3 times? Okay. Now have you been to any live wrestling shows?
Yeah, I've been to one, a WWE live event. I went with my dad, like 2021.
Did you ever go to any...
Seth Rowan, Becky Lynch was there. Bianca and Becky was the main event.
Did you ever go watch any regional promotion shows like indies?
Yeah, I used to go to a local promotion, and they had Sabu at one of them.
Nice.
I've seen Sabu wrestle there.
Yeah, I've been to a few indie promotions in my area. Actually, that's either late this year or early next year. I might have the opportunity to do commentary for a live wrestling show. So that could be fun.
Oh, wow, really?
That could be fun. Yeah, a friend of mine, his friend bought a wrestling promotion here in Canada, and they're going to be going on tour. And he had asked me if I'd be interested in doing commentary for them. And I said, listen, as long as time prevails, like if I've got the time to do it, because I'm not going to, take a day off work because I need the money. And I'm probably not going to get paid to do that spot, right? So, I mean, I would just need to make sure I had the proper time off to do so, but I would love to do that. That'd be absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, of course, I'll keep everybody updated whether or not that actually does happen. And if it does happen, I'll make sure some of it gets recorded so you can see me live with a real wrestling promotion doing commentary. I mean, obviously, it'll only be a Canadian pro league, but I mean, hey, it's still wrestling. It's still commentary. It'll still be fun, and it'll be something cool for you guys to be able to say, hey, we go to the Archiverse all the time, TWA Wrestling, and now he's doing commentary. You get to watch it. So, I mean, it could be fun for everybody. Or even if I can find a link where you can watch the show that I'm doing commentary for, even, because they said something. They said if they've got a setup apparently, so that while I'm doing commentary, we can also stream the show potentially to either Twitch or YouTube. So we'll see what happens with that. This isn't real. How dare you? How dare you? I would kill Luke to claim the bounty from death sentence. Oh, good God. Rocky is so dark all the time. He is a little bit disturbing. He's a little disturbing. All right, next match of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it is Rocky Cross and Mad Dog. They are death sentence, and they are taking on Hollywood Hulk Hogan and the Giant. They are the NWO, and that is our next match of the day. Let's keep the ball rolling. I haven't seen the Giant in action in forever. Matter of fact, this must be Glenola's doing. This must be the Wolfpack's doing. Because they of course took over Action Zone Wrestling.
This is definitely the best This is definitely the best version of Hulk Hogan.
Hollywood Hogan was awesome, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I was a little kid, the red and yellow, he looked like a superhero and he was larger than life, and he was going against the Ultimate Warrior. I was so pissed when Warrior beat Hogan back then. You know why, though? Because I've been watching... No, I was watching wrestling at that point for quite a few years. I've been watching it since I was 4.5 years old. And I was introduced to... I didn't have access necessarily to WWF at the time, so I was watching old AWA and WCW before they went on global television and became WCW Nitro, etc. So I was introduced to a lot of great matches and wrestlers over time, but... Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. I got watching the television. That Mad Dog, is that Mad Dog? That is one creepy fucking mask he's got going on there. I believe that is Mad Dog. Or is that Rocky Cross? I can never tell. They do have similarities. But anyways, yeah, I mean... even back then, I know what I was going to say. Even back then, I knew the Ultimate Warrior wasn't that good. Don't get me wrong, he was hype. Like, when you heard his music and you knew he was going to cut a promo or run to the ring, you went out to watch because it was hype. It was fun, but he wasn't a good wrestler, and I knew that even then. So I wanted Hogan to win. And of course, I saw Hogan wrestle in matches that a lot of people haven't. Because, a lot of today's, especially casual fans, they'll say things like, oh, Hogan could never wrestle. Well, I beg to differ. When he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling and AWA and some of the other promotions, even old WCW days, he had some stellar wrestling matches, and he can wrestle technically as well, as Throwdown. It's just when he joined WWF, Vince had a vision, and he changed Terry Bollea into what became the Hulkster, and he was basically a 3 or 4 trick pony, right? But it worked for them. The problem with that was they never re-unleashed Hulk Hogan, so a lot of today's fans don't and haven't seen what Hogan used to be capable of. The man could wrestle. He didn't show it later, obviously, but I mean, he could wrestle, and he had some great matches with some great wrestlers. It's unfortunate so, and a lot of the casuals don't go on, like you and me, Luke, or me and Moonraider, or Strife, or Glenola. We'll watch old wrestling matches, because some of the old wrestling matches are some of the best matches you'll ever see. Like, some of the matches between Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Ric Flair, for instance, they were fucking phenomenal. They had hour-long matches almost every time they went out into the ring. And so there were some good times. Wrestling's getting good again, though. Right? Wrestling's getting good again. This is a great time to be a wrestling fan right now because, we're never going to repeat the Attitude Era, the Golden Era, or anything like that. But what they're doing now is really phenomenal. And I think this era we're going into is going to be one that's remembered just as much as the Attitude Era eventually. Like in 15 years, we're going to look back and go, yeah, man, the evolution of that new generation taking over and that new era, it was just badass. You know, some of the things they're doing, they open the forbidden doors, they're having partnerships.
I think the era about the start of it.
Yeah, yep.
Watch this display of
but
power.
That aside, to continue that conversation, Hollywood Hogan absolutely was the very best version of Hogan.
Yeah.
And I still remember.
Hollywood Hogan, or WCW Hogan, or the WWF Hogan, man.
Oh, WCW. WCW. I mean, when he turned heel and he became the third member, originally he wasn't even supposed to be the third member. Which is funny when you think about it. I wonder if they did that on purpose, because here's the thing. The Hulkster was not the first choice to lead the WWF into the first WrestleMania. It was Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes refused it. He didn't want to do it. He was, I don't know if there was a fear of WrestleMania failing for him, and he didn't want to be part of that or whatever. But Dusty Rhodes, that's too bad too, because Dusty Rhodes would have made a great world champion. And especially to watch people chase him down, the American Dream, chase the American Dream down for that title. But yeah, he turned it down, and Vince turned his eyes to the larger-than-life Hulk Hogan. And he's always been a big guy, but man, when he was younger, was he ever thick? My God, Hogan was huge. He lost about 3 inches now because of back surgeries and, having discs removed, so I think he's only like 6'4" now, but he used to be 6'7". 6 foot, or maybe he's 6'4" and he was 6'8". Maybe it was 4 inches he lost. Was Hogan 6'8" or 6'7"? Does anybody remember? Luke, do you remember? Was Hogan 6'7" or 6'8"? I can't recall. Was Hulk Hogan 6'7" or 6'8" originally?
I think he's like 6'6" or something.
I thought it was like 6'7" or 6'8". But I do know that he's only about 6'4" now due to operations. So he has lost some height due to that. That happened to other people too. Kevin Nash also
6'7".
He was 6'7". Okay, there we go. Kevin Nash is no longer as tall as he was either. So he's lost some height. Some of those big guys though, they got to probably feel better when that happens, because it's got to be a lot. As you get older, being big like that's got to be a real stress on the body. Because Kevin Nash was a legit 7 foot, was he not? That guy was fucking massive. So look at the Giant. I'm still so shocked to see the Giant here. I feel like this is an Al and Severn doing. I did not know the Giant was teaming with Hulk Hogan today. This is insane. What a kick to the face there by Mad Dog. Is that Mad Dog? God damn it, Rocky Cross. Is that Mad Dog in the ring right now with the Giant, or is that Rocky Cross? Get the two confused. I feel like it's Mad Dog, though. I feel like it's Mad Dog. How dare you, Rocky Cross? You answer me right. Acknowledge me immediately. Hey, you, Rocky Cross. Sitting there at home, drawing your sketches to your wife's challenge. Acknowledge me.
Stiff punch. And now thrown back into the ring.
He's still not acknowledging me. That is rude. How dare he? Somebody ban Rocky Cross, please. He's ignoring the host with the most, the co-host with the most.
What the hell? He's springboarded into the ring.
Any other time he's got lots to say. Now he's just ignoring us. Oh, there we go. Mad Dog in green. Okay, there we go. Mad Dog in, Rocky in red. I was going to read that all over again.
That's a kick that would leave you gasping for air.
Yo, the Giant just springboarded in the ring.
Coast to coast, you gotta be
Say that again?
The Giant just did a springboard into the ring.
I know. Actually, I do remember the Giant doing a moonsault once. I forget who he was wrestling. But I was so surprised. That's another thing, the Big Show. The Big Show was better as the Giant than he ever was as Big Show. He had way better... Yeah, he had way better matches. Way better matches. Like, he did shit. He did climb the top rope. He did do things. When he became the Big Show, it was like...
Probably because he was younger though as well.
When he became the Big Show, it was like when Hulk Hogan became the Hulkster. He just didn't do hardly shit after that. Just pushed people around and stuck his foot in their face and, He always had that big punch that he eventually renamed WMD. Which would be, though. I mean, if you think about it, that motherfucker's hand is the size...
I'm not a massive Big Show fan, to be honest, but he is alright.
I mean, I didn't like Big Show. I liked the Giant character, though. The Giant character was awesome. He was such a monster. Such a monster. And then he became the Big Show.
He's had a pretty good career, though.
Oh, yeah. No, and you know what? He's a good human being, too. Like, I've always read very positive things about people. I've never met him myself. I've met a lot of wrestlers. I've never met Big Show. Would like to. But anybody that's ever met him that I know said that he was just phenomenal, and he goes above and beyond. You know, he doesn't just sign an autograph; he'll take a picture with you. You know, he doesn't look for that money on the side. Apparently, a lot of wrestlers though, they want to be paid for shit.
At this stage, he's endured plenty of big attacks.
You are not my chief. How dare you, sir? I am the host of the most must-see show on Twitch and YouTube TV. You will acknowledge me as I say, not as you will, sir. Gaslight. Luke, you need to ban Rocky Cross, I think. That's what it is. He's just being so insubordinate, you know. He's been hanging around Glenola and the fucking Glenalians, and hanging out with Variants of Strife doesn't help things any. He's been sitting there in the chat room with Strife now for at least a half hour. That whole management team and the occult, they just like Glenalians, they will manipulate you. They will put curses on people. I mean, look what Humboldt did to Ladders today. Look what the fuck. I mean, that's all over a family rivalry. The debut of Ladders, and instead of having a very successful debut with Ladders, Humboldt decides, fuck it, we're going to take this opportunity to, you know, to advance our family feud, and he shrunk the sumbitch. I mean, when Ladders came out today, he was massive. I literally said, no wonder they call him Ladders, he's the size of one. Then he gets in the ring, and he's smaller than Buff Bagwell. It's like, what the fuck? Fucking Humboldt's pulled a Beetlejuice on his ass. That's going to be one interesting family feud to watch. One interesting family feud to watch. Luke is your chief? Luke. Apparently you are...
I don't know what he's talking about.
Apparently you are his chief.
Nah, I'm not his chief.
Oh, he kicked out.
You're nothing but a scumbag to me.
Rocky Cross gets that left shoulder. Oh, the Giant's looking for a chokeslam. Oh, no. Oh, motherfucker. That elbow right to the temple.
How dare you?
Nice counter by the Giant, though. Wow. Did you see that reversal by Rocky Cross? Some bitch. Oh, teamwork there. Teamwork. Giant tried to counter. Mad Dog's like, fuck you. Punched him right in the face. Rocky with a reversal. And in comes Mad Dog. This is a great match. I like this match. By the way, Rocky Cross, Death Sentence new attires look pretty sweet. I got a question, though. And there may be a reason, I don't know. Why do they wear separate colors? Not that it's a big deal, I'm just curious. You know, is that just a color preference for each of them? Or, like, what were they singles competitors before they were a tag team? Like, why do they wear different colors? Seems to be the same attire, just different color pattern. Is there any reason for that? We never really discussed that.
He's got to do something, anything to get back in this fight.
Back in comes Rocky Cross. The quick tag teamwork here. They are really taking it to the Giant. He's having a hard time getting Hulkster in there. Hollywood Hogan. Sorry, I call him the Hulkster. He'd be very upset. He would tell you that the Hulkster is dead. Hollywood rules. Because teams wearing the same colors is boring as shit. You're answering for Rocky Cross? Nice. Okay, you guys are getting a little too close, Strife. I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. I saw the villainy coming out of Rocky Cross yesterday at our 5th annual show. 5 years in a row we've done the show. Bash at the Beach, and yesterday Rocky Cross unleashes pure pandemonium. Pure pandemonium. Red for Chaos, green for Lunatic, and blue for Psycho. Nice. Who's blue?
How dare you, motherfucker?
Who the fuck is blue? I don't see anybody blue.
I feel sorry for Liv Morgan when she landed on her arm and got an injury. Like,
yeah, she just had a successful operation on her shoulder. It wasn't her arm, it was her shoulder.
Well, she fell on her shoulder. It didn't look that bad when I was watching it. And all of a sudden, I came back in the room. I'm like, what the fuck's the match stuff? Like,
I thought the same thing, but then I rewound it, watched it in slow-mo, and zoomed in on it.
Yeah.
And the shoulder, like, if you go do that and watch it, like, you see the shoulder shift.
Yeah,
but when you're watching just a regular presentation of the program, you won't see it as much. But she definitely
and then she rolls out of the ring as well after it, and then the ref's not counting, so that's when you know it's like...
Matt Cross... Wait a minute, there's a third member? Who the fuck is Matt Cross?
I feel sorry for her because she's had one hell of a run, and like, she just gets injured. Like,
how many fucking crosses are there? Jesus Christ. Then you got Tessa and Morgan James. By the way, are they related? Are they related to Alexa James? I know Alexa's not related to Mickey. Actually, they're not related to Alexa. Oh, what about Mickey? Is there any relation there? I don't know.
No, there's no relation.
But there's like what, 4 James? Four, and they're all women. Speaking of which, where's Alexa? Where the fuck is Alexa? I've been trying to hunt her down. Is she on vacation still? We want to ink a contract.
I'm already on the PS5, aren't I? So I can't upload it for you.
That was your fucking answer to my question in the format I put it in? How dare you?
How dare you?
You were supposed to say she's in Las Vegas gambling. She'll ink a contract when the fuck she wants, you stupid Canadian.
She's gonna ink the contract.
You did not say that.
Fucking
you stupid Brit.
Motherfucker.
You fucking British bastard, you. Moon, control this man. You're from the UK. I'd ask Rocky Cross, but he would just join Luke's side.
Ah, fuck Canada, man.
He would just join Luke's side, because he thinks Luke is his chief. Thinks Luke's his chief. I don't know what the fuck is up with that. Yesterday it was Glenola, today it's Luke. Luke is not affiliated with Glen Aliens. He does not allow strange beings to corrupt his mind. How dare you, Rocky Cross. I feel like Kairi Sane should be released because this is the second person she's injured. You know what? It's not even just the second. Kairi Sane has hurt a few people. And not just...
It's not her fault, though.
I don't know.
The first one was kind of both on Zoe and Carrie. The second one was not her fault, though.
She's hurt more than one person, though, and not even just in WWE, so...
Yeah, but it wasn't... Liv Morgan getting injured had nothing to do with Carrie's age fault, though. That's my point. But absolutely nothing to do with her. Just landed, bro.
Liv getting hurt had nothing to do with Kairi?
Yeah.
I mean...
See the first one where like it was
definitely a bit of a botch,
got injured. That was a bit of both. That was Zoe. Yeah, that was Carrie's fault for not communicating right the second.
That is it. That is all. The winners of the tag team matchup, Rocky Cross and Mad Dog. They are known as Death Sentence from Team Rocky Cross, and they just picked up a huge W over the Giant and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. They have defeated the NWO. Congratulations to Team Rocky Cross and to Death Sentence. That was a great match. Great fucking match right there. There was so many different transitions and counters and reversals in that matchup. I don't know, though. Hollywood Hogan didn't do a whole lot in that match. What the fuck was up with that? He just let the Giant do most of the work. That's probably the downfall right there. I mean, I know he's the Giant and he's a very large man. But, yeah, he's against Rocky Cross and Mad Dog. You don't want to be trying to take them on mostly by yourself, no matter who you are. That's crazy. We will say Zoe and Kairi are both to blame for Zoe getting hurt. Like Luke said, it was a lack of communication. Yeah. I mean, when Liv got hurt, it was a bit of a botch, but...
How you botched it, like?
Mad Dog, Rocky Cross, Matt Cross, or the Destroyer. What? The Destroyer are male Death Sentence and female version. Tessa James, Emma Johnson. Jesus Christ, I don't know who Matt Cross is, and now there's an Emma Johnson.
The first one is a bit of both. It comes from Zoe and Carrie. Liv Morgan had a shoulder to Carrie's end spot. She just landed weird.
She did land it very weird, yeah.
There's nothing really what Carrie did though, nothing like that. I mean, it's one of those things where it just happened. Like,
Mufasa says she was still involved in the injuries. I mean, she was. I mean, it was a bit of a botch. Whether or not it was directly Kyrie or if it was just how... Because when you're taking a fall, it's like in martial arts when you're learning to do break falls and things like that. You learn to land a certain way. And when Liv was falling, I think it was Liv's fault. I think she just landed wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But Kyrie was still there, so it is like, I can understand what he's saying, because, you know, Kyrie has hurt people before. The thing is, though, she's so good. It's too bad she does have moments like that, because she really is very talented. I actually like Kyrie better than Io. But Io's getting all the...
Yeah.
I do, yeah, but Io's getting
I like Io, though. She's good.
I do like Io a lot, actually. I just feel like Kyrie's a better wrestler. You know, when she gets the opportunity. But Kyrie's exciting. I always thought she was exciting. But I'd like to see...
Kyrie could be a good singles wrestler at the same time, like...
Who could?
The thing is, I was actually looking forward to seeing Liv Morgan versus Kyrie Sane as well.
Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. Our first championship of the day is on the line. It's our 5th match of the day. It is for Melissa Archer's one championship that she won yesterday at the 5th Annual TWA Bash at the Beach. It is the debut of Morgan James coming out with Tessa James, apparently. I mean, I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently Tessa James coming out with Morgan James. This, I mean, not necessarily good for Melissa Archer. She has no allegiances, no allies to my knowledge. She's a kind of a lone wolf, if you will. No pun intended to the wolf pack. But Melissa Archer putting her brand new championship on the line, and we are crashing. Fuck yeah. Isn't that awesome? I can't believe we crashed. That's the first crash. We did. But it's okay, it's not on Twitch. I know. Right now it's busy checking the